morning, everybody. Please take your seats. We are about to start a Thank you very much. I'd like to now introduce our third parallel session, Investment Opportunities in Agriculture, Food Processing, and Forest-Based Products. I'd like to call up on stage our moderator, Dr. Aruna Palikhe, agriculture economist and a specialist for International Food Policy Research Institute. And I'd like to call on stage the rest of our panelists, Mr. Neuraj Karki, co-founder, director, Kheti Private Limited. Ms. Poonam Shukla, co-founder, Sattva. Mr. Kushal Gurung, founder, Mutha Agro. Mr. Samir Nira, managing director, The Organic Village. Give him a round of applause. I'd like to call upon our special speaker, Mr. Harkirat Singh Bedi, business head, Nepal, Myanmar, Dabur, Nepal Private Limited. It's okay, it's fine. We'll all manage. So, Dr. Palikhe, I would like to hand over the floor to you. Oh, hold on, sorry. Mr. Bedi, if I could request you to come up on the podium and give your presentation. Thank you.
Do I give it from here or can I give it from downstairs?
Sure, absolutely. Whatever you prefer. We'll get you a mic. Sure, of course. Sure, of course.
Hello. Good afternoon, everybody. I am Harkirat Bedi. I represent an Indian multinational group called Dabur. I just want to take you through a presentation which basically encapsulates Dabur's foray into the agro forestry business. I just want to share our experiences with you. How have we benefited as an organization in investing in this area? And how has the other stakeholders also benefited simultaneously? So basically, just a little brief about the organization that I represent. Dabur is a 140-year-old company. It's an Indian multinational. We are the world's largest Ayurvedic and natural healthcare company with annual revenues of USD 1.5 billion. We have a global footprint in terms of both manufacturing and sales and distribution of our products. And we have a sizable presence in Nepal, in terms of a domestic business, in terms of exports, and in terms of a bioresource, a strong bioresource division. So the question is, as we are talking about investment opportunities in the agro-forestry sector, so why did Dabur invest in agri and agro-forestry sector in Nepal? So I'll just share some of the salient points on the same. We obviously saw a lot of ample, scope and opportunities. And the whole thought, the whole thinking basically grew out from that fact that world over there is a, increasing propensity in demand for natural and herbal-based products. And this is true because, these are products out of the soil and then there are limited land resources world over. So from that idea, what we thought was we must get into backward integration because for a lot of our Ayurvedic and natural products and our herbal products, we require raw materials, largely medicinal, aromatic, therapeutic plants. So we thought, why be reliant on middlemen and get into a backward integration exercise. So basically, we fostered a complete value chain for our nature and herbal-based product portfolio. Obviously, going forward, there is high ROI. If you invest in R&D in agriculture, the returns are nearly 14 times. So this, when I talk about R&D, this is R&D basically in terms of, looking at high-value crops, looking at niche crops. So investment in agriculture R&D really, gives you good returns. So whilst if you stick to commodities, there's, you really do not make much margins. But if you invest in research and development and, identify new variants, new species, probably you might be able to make some money. Fourth reason is obviously potential because the agriculture sector in Nepal has a contribution of 25% to the GDP, engages more than 50% of the population. And also when we talk about agroforestry, Nepal has about 45% of Nepal is covered by forests. So that's a natural, source of resources. And lastly, also when you invest in agriculture, it's not purely commercial. You also have socio-economic benefits which come into play. So, you have environmental benefits, basically socio-cultural, socio-economic benefits, and also it meshes in with the CSR outreach of any organization. So, as I said, Nepal is exceptionally wealthy in natural assets, including medicinal and aromatic plants. So we have invested in high-tech, high-value and sustainable practices, basically to create a strong domestic and export portfolio. So we have a greenhouse in Banepa. Our bioresource division is headquartered out of Banepa in Kavre Palanchok district, established in 1998. And basically, we are MAPS focused. MAP focus means medicinal and aromatic plants. That's the area in which we largely operate. So you've got a team strength of 77 people, largely women. Would be about 90% women in Banepa. State-of-the-art greenhouses, good quality analysis lab. We are dabbling in 17 species of medicinal and aromatic plants. And every year, we give 20 million saplings to the farmers and the forest user groups and the various communities who basically cultivate this on their lands. And lastly is we source about 200 metric ton plus of RM annually. So some of it is through the saplings that we give and some of it is through the aggregation of herbs from the forest user groups. So this is the kind of work that we are doing. So essentially, when I see in terms of investment, we have invested in R&D. So we have a complete package and practice of the 17 species that we are doing. We have invested in technology transfer. A lot of technologies we have brought in from India. What are the learnings we have brought in from the R&D sources in India. Capability building, again, this is for our own teams and for the farmers and the communities that we work with. So, we guide them through the whole process. So there's a lot of capability there. And market access. That is most important because we do 100% buyback. So whatever the farmers cultivate for us, eventually they have a market. So we do 100% buyback. So we've been developing the markets at our end so that our products sell more, and then we need to source more and more raw materials, which so the farmer at the end of the day is not left, growing our products and no market to sell. So we have 100% buyback. If the farmer feels he can get a better market outside, we are okay with that too. So that flexibility also is built in. So this is the kind of operational framework that we are working on. Essentially, the first approach is that we basically give the saplings, basically grow the saplings, give the saplings to the farmers. The farmers, post the gestation period and harvest, give it to us. We have 100% buyback, and then that goes into some of domestic consumption, some of the products sell in Nepal, and rest of it we export to our parent company. So we are not trading in herbs, we are only growing extent that we require as an organization. So, and that's one approach.